Now you can see that we have the Hybris Tube custom employee, which we have defined over here, right? The corresponding table name is Hybris Tube employees. The corresponding table name is Hybris Tube employees, and this table has three columns: employee name, employees, employee description. It has the three rows of data, right? And the data is already there. Now our job is, guys, we have to delete this column, employee description. This column also has the data. So now, guys, how we can delete this data? Guys, do you think that just by deleting the, this column from here will serve the purpose? Is this enough? Answer is no. We have to perform other steps as well in order to delete this column. So guys, now after we have performed all the steps to drop the column employee description from the table Hybris Tube employees, now let's verify whether the employee description column is still there in the Hybris Tube custom employee item type or not. So I have gone into the flexible search and I'm clicking on the execute. Now guys, once I click on the execute, you can see right in this table, in the table Hybris Tube employees, we do have the employee name, we do have the employee age, but you can see employee description column has been dropped or it has been deleted, and the corresponding data has also been deleted. Hello friends, welcome to the 96th session of Hybris tutorial. Guys, in this session we are going to learn a very important concept, and the topic is how we can drop a column from a DB table in SAP Hybris. So guys, when you are working in a development project, there you can encounter this situation that you have already created a DB table, and inside that DB table there are already multiple columns, but now you want to rename that column. So how you can do that? So the first step is you have to drop that column or you have to delete that column, right? And once you have dropped that column, then you can create a new column with the another name. So in this video we are going to learn how we can drop a column from a DB table in SAP Hybris. I will give you all the steps, end to end steps for dropping a column from a Hybris DB table. So what we are going to cover in this video, the first thing is I will be creating a new DB table. I will be creating a new DB table with the name Hybris Tube Custom Employees. This DB table will have the three columns. One is the employee name, second is the employee age, and the third one is employee description. Please note that this employee description column, this is the column which I will be dropping later on. Okay, so once I have created a new DB table, so I will be telling you what all are the steps to create a new DB table, right? Then the second thing is how we can insert the sample data. Once we have created the new DB table, we will insert some data inside this DB table, which means I will be populating some data related to employee name, age, and description. This I will be doing in the point number B. Once we have the table ready and the data is also inserted into that table, the third point is now we are going to drop the column employee description. So this is the column which we had created at point A. So I am going to drop the column employee description. So what all are the steps which will be involved in dropping the column employee description, we are going to learn in this video. So this video is going to be very useful for you. So the first thing is, guys, first thing is we are going to create a new DB table. And guys, I have already done the setup of B2C accelerator. That's why you can see I'm able to open the B2C accelerator storefront. I am able to open the cockpits, right? And similarly, I am able to open the HC also. In case, guys, you have not done the setup, you can also do the setup. You can download the setup by clicking on the link which is given in the comment section of this video, and you can also download the setup and you can do the setup in your local system also. But for now, since I have already done the setup, I will directly jump to creation of the new DB table. Okay, so for that, what I will do, I will just open the IntelliJ. So you can see this is the IntelliJ setup, and I have already created one video on the IntelliJ as well. In case you have not watched that video, you can watch the video by clicking on the link which is given in the card section. So you can just click over here and you can watch the video how you can do the Hybris project setup in the IntelliJ. But now you can see I'm going to open a file, training core item.xml file. So this is the file in which we have to do the entry to create a new DB table. So I am going to create a new DB table with the name Hybris Tube Custom Employees. Okay, so I will be doing the entry in this file training core item.xml. In this, you can see we do have multiple elements. We do have the collection type, we do have the enum types, and then finally we have the item types. In the item types, I will be creating a new item type which will be corresponding to a new DB table. So what I will do at this point, guys, at this point, I will be creating a new table. So what I will do, I will just copy this item type. Okay, so I will just copy this item type and will paste it again. I will just change the name of this item type only. So you can see I have done this. Now I will just change the name of this item type to Hybris Tube custom employees. So you can see I have changed the item type name to Hybris Tube custom employees. I don't want to extend it to any other item type. So I can just remove this line variant product. Right now I want because this will be a new table, so that's why auto create is equal to true, generate is equal to true. Jalo class concept is depreciated now, so I can basically remove the Jalo class also. Right now this is the description. If you want to add your description, you can do that. So you can see I have added the description, and here I can just add like Hybris Tube custom table. Okay, now guys, since this is a item type which is not extending any other attribute, any other item type, right, we have to declare the deployment table also. We will do that, but firstly let's change the attribute name. So the first attribute or the first column which we are going to create is the employee name. Okay, so you can see I have just changed its value, employee name. It should not be a localized attribute, so I will just keep its value as java.lang.string. I don't want any meta type, so that's why I will just remove this tag also like this. Okay, and then I will just give change the description. So description is, so why I'm showing you, so that you can also create this new item type in your system also. Item type or data modeling concept is a very important concept in Hybris, so it's very good if you can create the item type by your own. So I can just write Hybris tube employee name. Okay, and the persistence type is equal to property. This is correct. We do have two type of persistences. One is property, second is dynamic. So this is correct. So what I will do now, I will just copy this attribute and I will just paste it. The second one is employee. The one is employee age. So I will just update that also. Employee age, right? So then again, I will copy, and the third one is employee description. Okay, so I will just write here employee description. So I hope now it is clear to you what I have done, right? The only part is we have not still declared the deployment tag, which I am going to do now. So you can see I have done. Now guys, there is one file core item.xml file. Why am I opening this file? So that I can just copy the sample tag of deployments. So here I can easily find some of the tags. So this is the one of the sample deployment table tag. So I will just copy from here and I will then just paste over here like this. right? So this is the one. Now, guys, I will just give its name like this, Hybris tube. This will be the actual DB table. I will just give its name as Hybris tube employee. This is the item type name, and this is basically the DB table name, right? We have to keep its deployment tag also. What is the type code? It should be outside 20,000. So I will just keep its value like this, right? So this is 29,999. This is the value. Now you can see this is the attributes which we had opened, but we have not closed it. So I will just close the attributes tag also, right? So you can see, guys, now I have defined this item type name is hybris to custom employee, which is extending the generic item. If you don't even add this tag, still it will extend the generic item only, but you can see I have just removed the extend attribute also, but even you can keep that tag also. Auto create is equal to true, generate is equal to true, because this is not extending any other item type except the generic item. That's why we have to keep its value as auto create is equal to true, right? Generate is equal to true or false, doesn't matter much. And since we are not extending it with any other item type except the generic item type, that's why we have to declare the deployment table with a particular type code. So this is the item type we have created. Now, guys, what we have to do, we have to build our project, right? So once we will build our project, then you will see that a corresponding model class would also be created. Currently, you can see we don't have any model class, but as soon as I will build this project, you will see that model class will get created. So what I will do, I will just firstly, bring my server down. So I have bring my server down by pressing the key Control C. Then I'm writing cls command so that I can clear the window, and then I will fire the command and all. So this will build my project, and it will basically generate the corresponding model class for the Hybris tube custom employee item type. So let's wait for the build to get completed, and once the build is completed, then you will see that we will bring our server up and we will perform the system update. Then a new table will get created with these columns in the Hybris DB. So let's wait for the build to get completed, and then we will bring our server up. So guys, now you can see build has been completed. Now the next step is I will bring my server up. So you can see I have brought my server up. I have fired the command hybris server.bat. You also have to do the same step. So this will take around 10 to 15 minutes for the server to come up. So let's wait for the server to come up, and then we will open the HSC and we will perform the system update. Why we will perform the system update? Because the table will get created into the Hybris DB only once we will perform the system update. But since we have already built our project, now the corresponding model class should have been created. So let's see whether the model class has been created or not. So you can see now the model classes have been created, and in this model class you can see we have the attributes employee name, employee age, and employee description, right? So I hope it is clear to you, right, what we have done till now. So let's wait for the server to come up, and then we will perform the system update. So guys, now you can see server has come up, and this has taken this much of time. Now we will see whether this new table Hybris tube custom employees, whether this has been created into the DB or not. So for that, I will open the HSC. So you can see I am opening the HSC. And guys, please note that I am accessing the HSC on port number 9022. In your case, the port will be 9002. So I'm accessing the HSC. I have entered the credential. Username is admin and the password is Nimda. So firstly, we will verify before performing the system update whether the new table has been created or not. So I will go to the console and then I will go to the flexible search, and then we will see whether the new item type or the new table has been created or not. So I'm firing the query select star from Hybris tube custom employee. So I will just copy from here, right? And then I will just paste over here, and you will see that this table is not there, right? It is not created yet. So how it will get created? It will get created once I will perform the system update. For that, I am going to the platform and then I will be going to the update, right? And then guys, I will be performing the system update by selecting the option update running system only. So I am selecting the option update running system and then I will be performing the system update. So you can see I have just unselected all the other options, right? Now guys, I will just click on the update button. So you can see guys, I have clicked on the update button and the system update has been started. So this will take some time, maybe 10 to 15 minutes of time. And once the system update will get completed, we will see whether the new DB table has been created in our system or not, and whether all the columns which we have specified here in our item.xml, whether those columns also have been created or not, right? Once we will verify those, then we will start inserting the data into this table. Okay, so let's wait for the system update to get complete. So guys, just notice that there is one error I am getting while performing the system update. It is telling that the table name is too long, right? So we have to keep some other name of this table. So what I will do, I will just change its name. Let's say Hybris Tube employees only, and then we will try to perform the system update. I will not show that portion because I will just do the build of this project again, and then I will bring the server up again and then we'll start the system update again. So I will just skip that portion. So guys, now you can see system update has been completed, and you can see in the HSC also system update has been completed. And guys, just for your information, I have already, shortened the name of the table. Now the table name is Hybris Tube employees. Still the item type code is Hybris Tube custom employee, but I just have shortened the name of the table. Now what we will do, I will just verify whether now that new table has been created into the DB or not. So that's why I will go to the console flexible search, and I will just try to search whether the new table has been created or not. So what I will do, I will just fire the query select star from then the item type name. So this is the item type name. Okay, so guys, now you can see the table has been created into the DB, and it has these three columns. One is the employee name, second is the employee age, third one is the employee description. You must be wondering why all these other columns, from where these are getting created. As you already know that each item type, even though if it is not extending any other item type, it is extending the generic item type. That is why these columns are coming or getting inherited from the generic item type, right? But now we have the table right in our system. Now the next part is, guys, once the table is created, we just have to populate the data into this table, right? So how we can populate the data into this table? For that, guys, I will just write one impacts. So what type of impacts we can write? So I will go to the console, then I will go to the impacts import, and there we will write the impex. So you can see I'm going into the impex, and we will write one impex to populate the data. Just for the sample purpose, what I will do, I will just populate three entries into this table. Okay, so I'm going to write the impex insert update, then item type name. This is the item type name. And then you can see the first column is, I think, employee name is the first column. So I will just copy this employee name. Okay. And I will just make it as a unique, because we have to declare at least one column as unique. Okay. And then the second one is employee is. Okay, so this is employee is that I will declare over here. The third one is employee description. The third one is employee description. I will declare the employee description also. So what we are going to do now, I'm just trying to populate the data into this table. So for what should be the first entry? Let's say I will first, enter the data with the employee name as Sohan, employee age, let's say 24, and then employee description is Hybris Tube employee 1. Okay. Second employee should be, let's say, Rohan. Okay, it's his age is, let's say, 23. Okay, and then we will just give its description as Hybris Tube employee 2. Okay, the third employee which we can write is Kavita, and then her age is, let's say, 28, and then we will just write Hybris Tube employee 3. So this is the basic impacts which I have created to populate the data into the Hybris Tube custom employee item type, right? Why I'm saying item type? Because item type is different and the table name is different. Item type here is Hybris Tube custom employee, but the corresponding linked table is Hybris Tube employees. Okay, I hope it is clear to you what I am going to say over here. Okay, so now guys, what I will do, I will just, and please don't worry about these impexes. I already have uploaded all these impexes in the Google Drive. So you just have to click on the link which is given in the comment section of this public video, and you can get the access to all the impexes with what or all the groovy scripts which I will be, using in this video. So you just have to copy paste from there. So I am going to do validate content. So you can see the content has been validated, and then I am doing the import content. It might take some time from here, but if you check the logs there, you will get the message early import was successful. That this means this import is now successful. Data has already been inserted into the DB. Now you can see the message has been shown over here also. Now guys, what I will do, I will just firstly copy this impact somewhere so that I can use it at any other place. Now I will just check into the table whether the data has been populated into this table or not. So I will just copy the item type name, Hybris Tube custom employees. Okay, so you can see. Now if we see, now you can see guys, now you can see that we have the Hybris Tube custom employee, which we have defined over here, right? The corresponding table name is Hybris Tube employees. The corresponding table name is Hybris Tube employees, and this table has three columns: employee name, employee age, employee description. It has the three rows of data, right? And the data is already there. Now our job is, guys, we have to delete this column, employee description. This column also has the data. So now guys, how we can delete this data? Guys, do you think that just by deleting the this column from here will serve the purpose? Do you think that if I delete it from here and will bring my server up again and will perform the system update, do you think that it will get deleted from the table as well? Is this enough? Answer is no. We have to perform other steps as well in order to delete this column, because this entry is basically not only done in this table. This entry will be there, entry of this column will be there in other tables also. So I will tell you now the steps which we need to follow in order to drop this column. Okay, so what all are the steps? So the first step for dropping this column is, the first step for dropping the column employee description is, we have to basically remove the entry of this column from this item type. So you can see I have removed the entry of this column, or this attribute from the item type Hybris tube custom employee, right? The next step is, so guys, now after we have performed all the steps to drop the column employee description from the table Hybris tube employees, now let's verify whether the employee description column is still there in the Hybris tube custom employee item type or not. So I have gone into the flexible search and I'm clicking on the execute. Now guys, once I click on the execute, you can see right in this table, in the table Hybris tube employees, we do have the employee name, we do have the employee age, but you can see employee description column has been dropped or it has been deleted, and the corresponding data has also been deleted. So I hope now guys it is clear to you what all are the steps we need to perform in order to drop a column from the existing Hybris DB table. So I hope guys this video is informative for you, and guys if you find this video informative, please share the channel with your friends. Thank you for watching. Bye.